You know, we always talk about not acting, and there will be people that write in and say, hey RJ, what do you mean about not acting? You don't have to act. For film actors, the camera comes in and takes all of the work in. In other words, you start with a master shot, and think about as you go to the two shot and get closer, the camera keeps coming in on you. So it ends up this close, sees everything you're doing. That's why you don't have to push at the camera. You just talk, no matter what the scene is. And to prove it to you, we're going to take a scene today. Two of our actors, we have Jessica Likens, we have Josh Moore, and they're going to do just a simple scene, and we're going to add music, a specific kind of music. We'll say, let's do romantic music to start with, and then we'll add in a laugh track. Same scene, we're not going to change the scene, and on the third one we'll put in some dramatic suspense music. And you'll find it amazing, at least I do, at how that changes the scene without the scene changing at all, or more importantly, the actors having to do anything in terms of acting. That's for the theater actors. They don't have the benefit of a camera, a microscope being right in their face. Let's watch.
I have to say, he was remarkably compassionate. Gilt-rimmed shot glasses. No married couple should be without them.
Can I have my wedding list back?
Fondue?
I don't want fondue. So when did Mr. Smug become Mr. Compassionate?
Probably around the time that I told him that Derek Smith was my ex-lover and he was stalking me. Look at the little forks.
What?
Did I tell you that Evie, Perfect Panties, is leaving?
You told him Derek Smith was stalking you?
Which means there'll be a job opening at Elon. What about a raclette? Does Danny like Swiss food? We're supposed to be shopping for your wedding presents.
This will be my present, as long as you solemnly promise to watch it.
A DVD I have to solemnly promise to watch? God, what is it? Crouching Tiger?
Okay, we'll add a laugh track now.
I have to say, he was remarkably compassionate.
Can I have my wedding list back?
A fondue?
So when did Mr. Smug become Mr. Compassionate?
Probably around the time that I told him that Derek Smith was my ex-lover and he was stalking me.
What?
Did I tell you that Evie, Miss Perfect Panties, is leaving?
You told him Derek Smith was stalking you?
Come on, we're supposed to be shopping for your wedding presents.
I don't want fondue.
What about a raclette? Does Danny like Swiss food?
This will be my present, as long as you solemnly promise to watch it.
A DVD I have to solemnly promise to watch? God, what is it? Crouching Tiger?
I love their timing. Okay, let's put in some dramatic music and see how that changes the scene.
To tell the truth, he was unexpectedly compassionate. Gold-rimmed shot glasses. No married couple should be without them.
Can I have my wedding list back?
A fondue?
I don't want fondue. When did Mr. Smug become Mr. Compassionate?
Probably around the time that I told him that Derek Smith was my ex-lover and he was stalking me. Look at the little forks.
What?
Did I tell you that Evie, Miss Perfect Panties, is leaving?
You told him Derek Smith is stalking you.
Which means there's a job opening at Elon. What about a raclette? Does Danny like Swiss food? Come on, we're supposed to be shopping for your wedding presents.
This will be my present, as long as you solemnly promise to watch it.
A DVD I have to solemnly promise to watch? God, what is it? Crouching Tiger?
You know, the illusion for the audience is that the actors are acting, but if you really study film actors, And especially in close-up, you see how very little they're doing. It's minuscule, it's tiny what they're doing, because the camera gets in so close that every little muscle, every little nuance in their face, their eyes, do so much that they don't have to act. They just have to talk. You keep that in mind. If film is what you really have to do. I have to think about a young lady, a young actress that wrote in the other day to the workshop. She goes, right now I'm in a workshop where the acting coach does his own thing. In other words, she says he doesn't teach a technique. And she said he believes that each actor kind of learns their own thing. Well, that's wonderful. I mean, you know, if you study the method and you believe in substitution and objective and sense memory, that's fine if that works for you. Or if you're into a technique like Meisner, where you're concentrating on the other actor, that's wonderful too. Maybe use a combination of both if that's possible. I don't think it is, because one involves the intellect and the other one is visceral, as I talk about every week. But I thought to myself, what is the purpose of her being there if he doesn't teach any technique at all? You just kind of, I mean, why spend the money? You just go live life, and if somebody is willing to put you in front of a camera and they say, how do you work? And you go, I don't know, I don't do anything because I go to a workshop but they didn't teach me anything. How much sense does that make? It's kind of foolish. You know what I mean? You've got to have technique as a foundation in order to get to the work. And when you get on the set, no one's going to teach you how to do that. Major productions are not acting schools. You've got to know what you're doing when you get there. You know what I mean? Say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
They're getting it. Hopefully you will too. Thanks so much for joining us on the Coaching Corner. I'm RJ with the guys in the OC. We'll look for you next week. Bye.